Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best compact cameras.
Starting at number 5.
Leica Q3. Let's say you inherited some money from a family member and want to spend it on a fancy new camera. Well, the Leica Q3 is probably what you're looking for. While this camera is the biggest of these compacts, it also has the highest image quality by far. It inherits a superb 28mm f/1.7 lens from the first two Leica Q cameras and boasts an impressive macro mode for close-ups with a lot of detail. The lens also has a silky smooth manual focus ring that you can twist to dial in details, making it feel like a real film Leica. But even if you opt for autofocus, the 60-megapixel sensor captures big, luscious images. They're so big, in fact, that it has some alternate modes for capturing smaller images with file sizes that are more manageable and easier to share online. Its larger physical dimensions make the Q3 a two-hand camera, but thankfully it's grippy and nice to hold, with pleasantly indexed and clicky buttons. A tilting touchscreen on the back functions as a flexible way to shoot. I love flipping it up perpendicular to the camera's body and shooting from the waist, but it also can quickly be used to change some of the most critical settings. But you can also use the phenomenally sharp built-in OLED viewfinder if you prefer to hold the camera to your eye. Oh, and out of all the cameras on this list, it's the only one with an IP52 rating, meaning you can shoot in inclement weather without worry. At around $6,000, it's incredibly expensive, as are all Leicas, but this is a camera with modern specs that's designed to last for years. And who's to say you don't deserve a Leica?
Coming at number 4.
Canon PowerShot G7X Mark II. If the $1,000 prices of these cameras gives you pause, then maybe consider this Canon, which has many of the same key features but sells for $300 to $400 less. Its 35-100mm equivalent lens offers up a lot of zoom, making it great for everything from wide landscapes to close-ups of faraway objects. With a 20-megapixel sensor, the PowerShot G7X Mark II might not be a huge step up in image quality compared to a phone, but the camera's lens and its built-in image stabilization system make for a far better shooting experience in low light and when zoomed way in. At first glance, the PowerShot G7X Mark II might seem a lot like the Sony RX100 VA above, but the Canon lacks the Sony's super quick autofocus, bunkers burst shooting modes, and its viewfinder. But if you don't need these whizzy features, you can save hundreds and get very similar image quality. Having that extra zoom power is also a treat.
At number 3.
Sony CyberShot RX100 VA. If you're a parent trying to document your young one's lives, you'll know that it can be hard to keep up with the kids' constant movement. That's why this Sony compact is a great pick. It has phenomenally fast autofocus and can shoot 24 shots per second for up to 233 frames. It can also quickly pick out humans in shots, zeroing in to keep the eyes in focus if possible. While its zoom lens is a 24-70mm equivalent that's good for both wide shots and close-up portraits, you probably won't be capturing the school play or basketball game with it unless you're in the front row. Although it's physically small, the RX100 VA packs in more gizmos than Inspector Gadget. Its rear touchscreen can flip up and face forward, making selfies a snap, and if you're in a bright environment, you can pop up an itty-bitty viewfinder. There's even a little flash to help illuminate dark scenes. Inside, its 1-inch, 20-megapixel sensor gives you better low-light performance than a phone camera, and the lens's fast f/1.8-2.8 aperture will let in plenty of light while making backgrounds tastefully blurred. You get a little bit of everything you might need in your day-to-day photography. Alternate pick. Another basic camera worth considering is the Panasonic Lumix LX100II, $1,120. It has a great lens with a big sensor, and for snapshots it's a superior camera. Unfortunately, it's been discontinued and is only available on the used market, but if you can get one, grab it.
Number 2 of my list.
Ricoh GR3. Want to join a cult? Don't worry, this is a cult for camera owners. The longtime photographer favorite Ricoh GR3 has a well-deserved obsessive fanbase. This GR has a lineage that goes back to the 90s, finding its way into the pockets of some famous film photographers. Today's digital GRs offer up simple ergonomics and high image quality in a pocketable package. While its basic black getup is not as flashy as the Fujifilm's classic design, you can get a Ricoh GR in a few different editions that give it different looks. There is no viewfinder on this camera, but its simple rear touchscreen gets the job done well enough. The biggest decision you'll need to make is which lens you want. The camera comes in two versions, each with a different piece of glass on the front. The standard Ricoh GR3 is famous for its sharp, fast 28mm equivalent lens with a focusing distance that's great for wider scenes and lets you get some macro shots. The GR3, then, has a 40mm equivalent lens, which might be better for taking portraits of friends or getting closer to your subjects. Both cameras have 24-megapixel sensors and image stabilization systems that help keep shots sharper in low light. Ricoh also provides some appealing color profiles for your images, including some more artistic choices like harsh black and white, cross-processed photos, and a bleach bypass look. In terms of sheer image quality, the Ricoh GR is a powerful artistic tool. The fact that it's so tiny and simple just adds to its appeal.
And number 1.
Fujifilm X100V. While it's nigh impossible to buy at the time of this writing, the Fujifilm X100V lives up to the cacophonous online hype that surrounds it. Not only does it look like a retro rangefinder, it has a sharp, compact lens and delivers high-quality images. You can frame your shots either by using the tilting rear touchscreen or by peering through the unique hybrid optical viewfinder. What's a hybrid viewfinder, you ask? Well, this is a viewfinder that can either show you a true optical view of the scene, with some handy framing lines and the camera's settings drawn on top, or a purely digital image on a tiny screen inside the camera that gives you a preview of what the final image will look like. If you like an optical view, the hybrid finder can also switch to the digital screen momentarily to display the shot after you take it. This camera can even capture decent 4K video, although the lack of any kind of image stabilization means your videos will look shaky unless you use a tripod. The 26-megapixel images have a lot of dynamic range, with extended light and dark tones. You'll also see some of Fuji's magic at work in the colors. Even on the standard color setting, images pop. That's not even mentioning the other film simulation modes Fujifilm offers, letting you shoot stylish, tasteful looks, ranging from vibrant colors to faded and muted tones, along with beautiful monochrome options, right from the jump. With a front filter and an adapter ring, the X100V becomes splash-proof, so it'll probably survive a light sprinkle but not a torrential downpour. In all, there's a reason the Fujifilm X100V has a widespread following among seasoned photographers and newcomers alike. It's just so fun to shoot, and the photos look fantastic.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.